At Vibra Finance, we seek out the hidden gems in cryptocurrency. We will tailor your portfolio to work for you. Are you ready to transition your investments from traditional markets to cryptocurrency? Are your coins staked and earning interest? Are you overwhelmed with all the jargon in crypto? Is your portfolio underperforming and you want to reposition into consistent winning blue chip coins and viable projects? Do you feel like you missed out on DeFi, Metaverse, and NFTs? Here at Vibra Finance, we provide you with the data, skills, and tools you need to stay on top of the digital asset market. Vibra Finance. We are the future of crypto.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Vibra Live. Tonight, we have two special guests joining us. Two of my buddies that have been on this whole crypto, I'd say HEX, Richard Hart journey for the last 3 years. Through the ups and downs, through the curves and bends. We got Facing Reality and Molly Mel. What's up, fellas?
What's going on? It's exciting times.
That was a good intro and so true. What a roller coaster it was. Golly. And still is.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
Well, the thought we're all in better places. We all look back and laugh at the dumb shit that we did.
Oh,
and it's like we've got it all out of our system, and now this bull run is ours to take advantage of, and hopefully from there, like, set ourselves up to do big things.
Hopefully. Let's go. I mean, if it's up to the community, sometimes I think, oh yeah, we're gonna rule the world, and then other days I think, oh my god, they're gonna destroy this world. But yeah, they can go at it.
Fed now, please.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't get worse than looking at all the bubbles, and the only green one is FTX. I mean,
oh my goodness, could you imagine? You don't make that shit up. How does that even exist still? How does that work?
So I've been paying attention to it. So that John Ray guy is the attorney is handling the bankruptcy, and there's about 15 or 20 companies that are on the list that have put bids in to acquire FTX, and Ripple is one of them.
Apparently, they found a couple billion. Accidentally found a couple billion of the customers' assets last week.
I didn't know you could actually buy a Ponzi scheme. That's funny. Is BitConnect for sale as well?
They're legal now. Crazy. SBF gets all his charges dropped.
What a clown world.
Bro, yeah, you can get FTX on Uniswap. They got all the exchanges are proud to list it. No problem.
Can't make this
like it never happened, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know anyone that ruined their life, that got their life savings stolen from them? Anyone that is like lost like a significant amount? No problem. You know, just forget about that. It's so bad, bro. Like, really rubs me. And I just see it in 47 different places. You know, okay, say 10 of them are DEXs, say 30-something exchanges that are listing FTX still. Like, out of principle, take that shit down.
Yeah. They're probably just trying to get back their losses. That's probably, you never know. They're probably just trying to recoup everything they lost. Like, let me just get a little bit left out of this.
Yeah, and then meanwhile, it's, look, a UFO.
Well, it's not. That guy, John Ray, I don't know what his hourly rate is, but the attorneys are going to be the ones that make hundreds of millions of dollars. So that's why they want to keep this thing going, because they're just going to make shitloads of money. And then whatever crumbs are left for the people, they'll get it back, and it is what it is. That's why we got our own ecosystem that we can play in now.
Heck yeah. We should be grateful about that we actually have the chance to do all this while nobody actually knows that we're doing it.
Yeah.
You're right.
All of crypto is dead, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy.
We are here preparing.
Yeah,
for the storm that is coming.
It will come. Like there will be. Like I saw that Larry Fink was on Fox Business or Fox News with Charles Gasparillo today, and like that guy's such a clown. He's sitting there talking to Larry Fink. He's like, I get the Bitcoin hype and stuff, but I just don't know how it has a use case. I don't understand what's the point of it all. And it's just like they're just the narrative in the mainstream is so stupid that anyone with half a brain that understands the technology would come off completely different than this guy. And it's like it's meant to keep people in the mainstream out of there until Fidelity, until Grayscale, till BlackRock, till ARK, till all of them get their ETFs and they can, steal money from grandma and grandpa.
Yeah.
Jim
First, we
Cramer
want to
told
have
me to
to
buy
buy before you can play into it. You're not allowed to play in a pie that I don't own. How dare
If
you?
Jim Cramer didn't tell you to buy it, then it's not a good move.
Yeah, good point.
Exactly. When he's saying buy into ETFs, get the hell out of Bitcoin.
Man, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Now they're calling it digital gold. I think it's BlackRock. Someone from BlackRock now calls it digital gold. So like the narrative is really switched. It really has. When you look at things.
Yeah. Well, SJ said whales. Oh, whales only. Who I heard talk about 7 trillion coming to the space soon. Yeah, I mean, if you just look around at like the big money's got to come in. So with like Bitcoin and Ethereum, for example, they'll start off with these ETFs and they'll market those to like conservative people that are clients of the bank. They'll offer a bunch of crypto options to these people, and they're not going to be holding the actual thing. They're going to be holding like Grayscale. You're holding the GBTC. You're not holding real Bitcoin. So that's the whole trick they're going to be playing. Is they're going to be custodying all of the real assets with Coinbase, and they're going to be BlackRock ARK Investments with Kathy Wood, Fidelity. If you just go to Fidelity's website, you can click on their crypto tab and you can see what they're offering with their ETFs. So all these companies are launching basically for the mainstream that doesn't want to go on an exchange to buy Bitcoin. They can just call their broker at Fidelity and say, oh, okay, instead of putting $5,000 into that mutual fund or that small cap real estate fund, how about you put it into that new Ethereum fund I heard about? And of course, this is going to be after the price of Ethereum is at $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, and they're all buying up the real asset right now, so they can sell it to these people that have no clue, that are watching Fox News saying, "Oh yeah, that stuff has no use," rah rah rah. And then when it actually is way more expensive, you'll be buying the paper product and these derivatives that they're going to be selling, and you'll be buying the top, of course. And that's what's going to wreck retail again. And then we'll be in the same spot in 3 years from now.
Yeah, I would say this: if all that comes together, I wouldn't say I don't think. I would hope that the space doesn't drop 85% now that you got retail in here buying through Fidelity. Those people are probably just they'll probably rage in the streets if 80% of their money's gone, 70% of their money is gone.
So that's when the CBDCs will be begged for. That's exactly, I think, the plan. Or they're going to create a liquidity crisis. You can see it happening right now, and people are gonna we're just like we begged to save the banks in 2008. They're too big to fail. We got to bail out the banks. Look what happened. That was a catastrophe. Looking back on it, and it's going to be the same type thing. At the time, people are going to be screaming, we're going to need a CBDC, I guess. We're broke or whatever the problem is. It's going to be...
we need to save them. Too big to fail. Let's reiterate. I know. It's the same thing over and over and over.
Well,
So true, man.
that's when I first got into commercial real estate in 2008. So I got my license at the end of 2007. It took like 4 months to go through the process. So people were telling me for months, "Are you crazy? Why the hell are you getting into real estate right now? The economy is collapsing. What are you doing?" And I was fresh out of college. I didn't understand what was going on. I was like, I don't know. This looks like a cool job. It looks like fun, and I was oblivious to it. But I got to see firsthand, like, these guys that worked from the local banks that would come in and work with the guys I work with and write loans for all these businesses that they worked with. And it changed overnight. And it was, oh my God, everyone's collapsing. We got to save JP Morgan. We got to save the ones that are left, the good guys. And now it's like, man, we're too big to fail. We can do whatever we want. Let's write these commercial the commercial mortgage-backed securities and all this junk and sell it to pensions. And so the average American that doesn't know, who's investing in safe stuff, is just buying this shit that they're offering. It's just a different Ponzi scheme.
Yep.
What?
I just saw the bill for our what is it? Insurance, health insurance. We literally pay $257 per person per month, mandatory health care. And then when you get to the hospital, you still gotta pay for everything.
What?
Man, yeah, you always have to your own contribution when you go to a hospital now. It used to be when I was younger, it was like 50 guilders, so that would be like $25, and then you got everything, just everything. You never have to pay anything. And now I pay literally 20 times that amount, and I still have to pay for a shit ton. You don't. It's just a scam, man. It's insane.
Dude, bro, like I was talking to my aunt last time we were home, and she said that her property taxes, her home insurance went up 35%, and she's owned that house for 40 years. And 1 year went up 35%. And she called them and was like, "What's going on?" And they told her, they were just like, "Sorry, there's nothing we can do. That's the going rate." And there's nothing, so they just stick it to you. There's nothing you can do.
Mm-hmm.
It sucks. So it's
We
not
live
just
in a clown world.
everybody.
Dude, private real estate is about to be done. Like,
Mm-hmm.
to people during, I mean, unless like crypto's one of the ways you can help make it out, but like if you don't get your money in that and like just start investing in something, you'll never be able to afford a fucking house unless you can I don't know,
What do you
make something
think?
happen.
What do you think you're gonna do with commercial real estate? Because it's literally a worldwide phenomena. It's literally every city in Europe. All the big office buildings are all empty. They're not being used. Shopping malls are pretty much empty. Don't you think they might be just transform them into refugee housings and immigration housings, and just watch? What's the big guys renovate those buildings and then sell them to the migration? Where you
Dude,
gonna?
so yeah, no, go ahead.
Yeah, where you gonna? Where else are you gonna hide them? I mean, every corner that I walk out to now, there's a temporary refugee camp. I mean,
Are you
you gotta house them
serious?
somewhere. Dude, Europe is insane. You have no idea, man. And it's been going on for years. This is nothing new. This has been going on since my childhood.
So hold on. Is there a difference between like the homeless camps in Los Angeles where there's like the Skid Row where there's like miles of just homeless people in tents just living on the street? Are you talking like refugees straight from a different country?
The latter.
Okay. Wow.
And that has been going on. I mean, it's funny because America wages war all around the world, and we get the shit. Like pretty much. you scare them out of the country, and then we have to take them in because I don't know, humanitarian, whatever.
Wow. That's nuts, bro. So like I don't know what's gonna happen here, but like I know that a lot of the office you're talking about the office buildings that are like in your smaller cities that have like your local insurance business, your local I don't know, cable company, just all the local businesses that rent space around. Those loans were written by the regional banks and the small mid-tier banks. The big boys, they don't write loans for small buildings like that. So all of the buildings that are empty here on businesses that can't afford, corporate or don't get corporate bailouts that are going to be going under, we're going to have the same problem. All these buildings are going to be empty. And I think that's going to be the nail in the coffin for these banks in a couple of years. The small ones, and it's going to just be a mass consolidation of the banking system.
I mean, I'm just gonna be like, I just hope that everything is okay. Because at this point, you just never know what's about to happen. You know.
Yeah, that's why I'm preparing. I'm not gonna wait any longer. I'm not gonna. How can you just sit by not knowing where your destiny is in somebody else's hands? That's not something that I feel comfortable with. And I think it's something that we hear literally everywhere. How come we still can't find a way to create an hexaco-like thing when everybody has the same feeling? Everybody wants pretty much the same thing. How come we're still year after year only talking about it? I don't get it.
Most people don't want it. That's why.
Mm,
Most people don't actually want Hexaco. They want money.
when Lambo.
Right.
I'm doing it like as soon as if we get a goddamn pump from PulseX or something here, and we're not just bleeding money every week. I'd be able
True.
we got 3 gardens growing this year, so we upped it like crazy. Next year we're doing animals. So I just need I need just more financial resources. So if you want
Same.
to start a Hexaco fundraiser, I'm all about it.
No, but it's even more in on a. I mean, we are pretty much tied up with family. For us, it's not as easy as I make it to be. But the majority that I hear are singles without children. They are free to go wherever they want to go, and they're already doing some excursions, but all by themselves. Why not just try to create something for yourself? Everybody's just doing everything individually, and that's so inefficient. We could go to do the same things for a third of the price if we do it all three together instead of each and everybody doing everything individually. The whole
Yeah, that's honestly not a bad thing right now because I know this is like we are like we've been talking about it for a while, but like never have we like had our bags packed, positioned, and as I think confident as we were in the past. And I don't know. I know I would do if I had a couple $100,000 right now. I would start building immediately. Like I'm ready to go. It's literally just a matter of resources. That's it.
times changed a lot. People's um, I don't know, character changed a lot. When I was younger, it was normal to go out with the boys for days, weeks, and do whatever. If we wanted to build something, we started build something. Nowadays, everybody just looks at a screen. It's funny how quickly that went. I mean, it's only what 2-3 generations. We went from people that could do pretty much anything, so we were well versed. Everybody was able to cook. Everybody was able to build. Everybody was able to do pretty much everything. And then within 3 or 4 generations, now everybody can't do anything anymore. They literally can't do anything. We have literally illiterate people running around like headless chicken, and they're all just trying to push one button. It's
I think a big part of it too, though, is like social media. That like the people that I see, like we live in the country, like people around here that are the farmers, that are like the blue collar people. They're not on social media apps. They don't care. So like you're the view you get from being behind a screen is so distorted from a lot of reality because people aren't in it. Like my people, the neighbors around here aren't on Instagram and TikToking, and they're too busy working. Like it's just not. So I can see how it's so dangerous being stuck behind a screen because you don't get exposed to everything. You get exposed to what you are supposed to see or what the algorithm's feeding you.
I want a group of builders. I just want, instead of, we now have the capabilities that we have a community with people that are really tied together, and we're not using the community correctly with the network effect. Because I see a lot of quality in Hexaco. A lot of people have really specialized jobs. Instead of us, when we need something, put your economic energy outside of your community by hiring a contractor. Why not look for one in Hexaco first? This way, you will keep your economic energy within the community, therefore raising the wealth of the community. It's the same with Metcalfe's law.
Yeah, that's super. That's 100%.
Because he's going to spend it in his community. And if everybody spends it within the community, we all win.
Yeah. And then if you're the one that is growing the food, if you're the one that is renting out for a house to somebody else, then that money isn't even leaving to go elsewhere. Like you're really keeping it inside your system.
Exactly.
And like I think once we build, I think all it takes is for like, dude, once we do this and we document it, people will like want to come join it. It's actually physically seeing it and being like, oh shit, it's like happening. I think that it like I can tell people like they want it, but like it's like it's the same thing. Like I feel like there are a lot of young kids that don't know how to build shit. Like we need to just do it and they'll come.
Yeah, and it doesn't even have to be at cost. What Davis says, I own 7 trucks and I would help out at cost, but it's freaking amazing. But it doesn't have to be at cost. I think a combination, it's pretty much a combination of capitalism and communism in some way. Because we all know that capitalism works perfectly fine as long as we take away taxes. Then everybody is kumbaya. Communism is where you work for each other. If you have the combination of the two, where everybody is allowed to make money, but you keep the economic energy of that money within your own system, everybody wins.
Yeah, just like Hart's Law.
Yeah.
Hart's Law.
Everyone should win.
Yeah, because if you spend your money at a business that's within the community, where do you think he's going to spend his money? To another one in the community. And then where is he going to spend his money? Same thing. The money stays within the community.
Yeah. And there's a difference too in like people that are broke and will bitch about it. And there's other people that are like, all right, I'm broke, but I'll come fix your 7 trucks for you for a week straight if you give me this or whatever. So there are people that are broke that actually can provide utility, and I think like, yeah, bro, it's on us to like do that infrastructure or provide the infrastructure and build it out.
Yeah. Yep.
That's a good point, Skybank. And that is exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, everybody can do what they love. I mean, we like to talk all nice about, yeah, when I get rich. But as soon as you get rich, you still want to do something. We were made to work. We were made to build. We were made to explore. Why not just do the thing that you love, but on another level? I had my business for 15 years and we did really specialized coatings and art and prototyping and all those kind of things. I would love to be able to do it in 2 or 3 years, not having to do it for the money, having the money to do it at a higher level and actually love my job, giving it to somebody else because they appreciate it. If we all do that same thing, we all do what we love, it will be appreciated by somebody else, and all the knowledge and economic energy stays within the system, our own system. We don't need them.
That like that Rob thing too. That's such a good idea too. Where like, if buy a chain of hotels and there where there's a hexagon in that city where there's a branch or whatever that's gonna run it, so you can staff it with hexagons and people that need jobs. And then on the flip side, you use it as a regular business, but if a owner comes in or 10 people go in on it and buy the share, anyone can stay there or any of your family. Yeah, that's so cool. Or you can use it and then rent it out. That's. Yeah,
It's the same thing with me now going to Portugal. There's a lot of questions that people have that are somewhat hesitant about doing those steps because they have no idea what's going on. I am in exactly the same position, but I've been building on my network and the people that I create around me to make it all happen. Once I'm there, I will be more familiarized and probably in the future set something up that people just go to one place and everything will be arranged. It's just a service that you can provide. Just give value or add value to the community and it will grow.
for sure. And yeah, bro. But I think like I think right now, if like you saw tomorrow that, oh my God, like, so I went out and bought like a 40-acre farm that needed some work or whatever, but was pretty much ready to go. And like, just saw, and like people came over and like Nathan was like, "Oh, I'm there." Molly was like, "Yo, I'm coming." And you saw like a bunch of us there working on stuff like planting fruit trees or whatever. We're renovating stuff and just crushing. You'd be like, "Oh my God, I want to do that." Like physically seeing it sparks something inside you.
We got a lot of background noise, like birds chipping or something. What's going on?
That's me and my my hobby. I'm a bird watcher. I don't know. Yeah, that's so funny. But it's Molly's bike, I think. Oh, yeah, it's peaceful. It makes you feel like you're outside.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of staring at screens. That's so funny. Yeah, bro. That like if Richard was listening, bro, come on, just give us a pump or just send me some ETH, bro. Come on.
Where did the ETH go?
Yeah. Send me 50 and I'm good, bro. I got the land I can start building on. I just need money to do it right now. That's all.
Yeah.
So
We're all waiting on the same thing.
yeah.
So too.
If like if Zen would pop off, some of these meme coins would pop off. Some of these PRC20s, the incentive token, if that thing would just stop going down into the right too. I mean, who would have known? We should have just bought FTX.
Oh my goodness.
You'd be up 60% on the month in FTX.
Yeah, we're in a full moon dump, man. This is normal. Just wait 2 more weeks.
Yeah, but I said it on stream like 2 days ago. I was looking at the liquidations on Bitcoin Glass, and it was like on the exchange, it was like 50 to 80% were all longs, and I was like, we need a nice flood ready day. This has been way too long, and sure enough, here it is right now. But this is nothing new.
Nope. There's some good news about the documentary, wasn't it? I've been hearing some rumors here and there, so that could be bullish.
Dude, honestly, I forgot about it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I was in a space recently and heard some bullish things that it could be imminent. But yeah, we've heard that before.
I don't. Do you think there's enough people that care about crypto right now, or do you like? I heard there's like some SBF TV show coming out, or it might have even came out. I don't even know.
I mean, they've been doing a great job making crypto look extremely bearish. I mean, didn't you say something about what was it again? Which gate?
Operation Choke Point.
Operation Choke Point. Yeah, that was
and,
interesting.
Yeah, it like I think it was on Crypto Banter. I was watching it for the first time in a while today. I think it might have been this morning or yesterday. Honestly, we've been out doing work all day. Can't remember 9 o'clock earlier today, but he mentioned that like it really was having an effect on the U.S. that so much volume had stopped coming, and it was 95% from outside the U.S. on the majority of the exchanges and dexes, which kind of makes sense. And I can kind of tell. I mean, look at the volume on Pulsechain. I mean, it's scary. Like people laughed at me for comparing PulseX to Saucer Swap, which at the time was doing 700,000 in volume a day. And people were like, oh my God, they're doing no volume. Are you kidding me? And now look, we're doing $2.2 million. So we're doing 3x what Saucer Swap's doing. And that's a completely decentralized, 100% community-driven, community DAO ran DEX on Hedera. So that's a great comparison for me. They launched right in the middle of a bear market, and they also have single-sided staking at 15%. And the token's been going down for a year and a half. So when I hear people talk about, staking, rah, 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 it's like, man, you don't even know what the hell you're talking about. Staking ain't do shit for the price. Like Saucer Swap's half of it's locked up. I mean, look at Texan. How much is locked up? It does not really matter. It's liquidity, like you always say.
Correct. It's so true. I mean, we're in a bear market of all. Not really. I mean, we're in a bull market, let's face it. But alts always bleed longer than the big boys. So, but technically, we're in a bull market. Unless we're dropped down to 15K, then we can argue we're still in a bear market. But I mean, let's face it.
And it changes so fast too. Like tomorrow, if the documentary launches tomorrow and HEX is trending and Richard Hart all of a sudden makes an appearance in Hollywood or whatever, something shows up in wherever, in London or somewhere, or in Tokyo for the movie launch, like whatever it is, some stupid. All of a sudden, a couple green candles, a couple tweets, Richard shows up somewhere. Everybody's now bullish. We're in the bull market. We're going to $1.
Yep. Yeah, it's funny. Dave says, when I hear hexagons fight, I buy a little bit more. Exactly. I do exactly the same thing. And it's even so that I haven't even added more PHEX. I only added more eHEX.
Yep. And bro,
we're getting a 7. I mean, what is it? What are we now at? The 50% discount or something? It's insane, man. Yeah, we all know we're gonna have oscillation, at least in my opinion. But
So the total value is 2.2 cents, and it's yeah, bro. It's almost double on Pulsechain now.
Exactly.
So
here's what I think. People need to realize that the economic energy is still on Ethereum. If you want to have eyeballs on Pulsechain and HEX on Pulsechain, we need to make sure that HEX on Ethereum actually does really well. Because nobody's looking at Pulsechain right now. Everybody is still looking where all the economic energy is, and that's on Ethereum. If you want to have eyeballs on the other side, make eHEX go bananas. Then people will notice. And then we can show them, you know what? There's another one that's even way better. But if you want to have eyeballs, you're not going to achieve it from Pulsechain. You're going to achieve it from Ethereum. And that's my opinion.
And bro, and like people are going to hate me for this, but like what Jack is doing right now to bridge Bitcoin with other blockchains, like if he pulls this shit off, Zen is going to pump like hell. And this is what Davis just said. When he hears Hexicans fight a little more, he buys more. I have only got pushback on 2 coins in my life from all the hundreds of people I've shilled to, talked to, worked with, helped out. And that is Hex 3 years ago when I first started shilling to everyone. I got laughed at, made fun of, everything. And then with Zen, the only 2 coins I've ever gotten the most pushback on. So to me, I'm bullish as hell, and I'm minting Zen FTs on Pulsechain. Don't market buy any right now. I mean, if you want to market buy it on ETH and just hold for a pump, I wouldn't stake it, but I would mint the hell out of Zen FTs on Avalanche, on Phantom, on Pulsechain, on OKX. I mean, there's tons of them out there, because when he launches X1 or whatever, you're going to be able to burn your Zen FTs for that X1 coin. And I just know there's a huge community there, and I don't follow it or anything. Shout out to Chaos Chris from the Verse. He's the one that pretty much just tells me what to do, like strategy with Zen, because I just don't have time for it, and I don't really care, but I just know it's going to pump like crazy. There's something there to it. So I'm just minting these. It's like 30,000 Pulsechain to mint a max 100 VMU. So guys, if you're like bored or whatever, if you're arguing with someone, just go mint this, and I don't know, it gives you something to look at in a year. That's just something different, and you can, I don't know, or you can get into an argument with someone about it.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, we should be supporting any crypto. Where did the whole thing appear? Where we started off as we are here as an alternative to an already existing system, to we in the alternative are all fighting with each other instead of just be happy for each other. I don't care if you make money in A, B, C, or D. I'm happy for you when you make money. I hope you get filthy rich. I don't care in which coin you do it, as long as it doesn't have any attachment to centralization or sexes or whatever. I mean, we all know the first principles. So,
and like right now, like what are you gonna go buy Binance coin at $280? Like,
yeah, exactly.
You're gonna get a 3x out of that. Great job. Like their exchange coins are done. Like even like the dexes, like I think they'll run, but I don't think Uniswap will ever pump like it did. Like those days, DeFi summer happened once, and like there'll be a new narrative that comes, and people will have to use the dexes, and that will pump them. But I don't know. I'm starting to think that whole narrative is done with, and the whole like meme coin thing and just copying shit. There's way too many coins, and people just circling. It's just a circle jerk constantly. Money just sloshing back and forth and around. There's no new money coming in.
Correct.
Oh, I think, yeah. And if like, I don't know, I want to hedge my bets too, where Pulsechain doesn't do as well as I think, and Zen might, or if neither of those does, and DeFi and Cosmos or Arbitrum or Zen or X1, whatever it is, like I want a little exposure to everything. But I wish I could buy 50 coins. I wish I had the money for it, but I don't. Yeah. So hopefully I'm choosing wisely. But You know, everyone's in different spots, so gotta be
Yeah, I'm
happy.
gonna do the same, Davis. Davis is saying,
Unless you're
yeah, exactly.
I don't even want to we need to get away from that label too. Like we need to start calling it like heliocentric disproving heliocentricers or like
I mean, we've tried everything. At some point, we referred to as globe deniers. Then it was level plane or true earthers, or I mean, at the end, it doesn't really matter. Even though I agree with you that the word flat in of itself, dude, it's probably the worst word you could ever say. It's funny how they.
well, you immediately go to
It's so.
you immediately start thinking like, oh, okay,
Yeah,
so
it's so
okay,
funny.
sweet. So we live on a cell phone.
I mean, it's a level topographical plane, just how it presents itself.
Yeah. Oh man, you never know where this stream's gonna fly off the handles when Facing Reality's on here.
I mean, there are so many freaking rabbit holes, and everybody should jump into it. Why? You're actually thinking for yourself instead of somebody else giving you a story that you are made to believe.
Yeah. Well, I think that social media is really like waking people up. Like just
Oh yeah.
seeing like the average tweets and stuff that I see going around. It's almost like it's. So I think people are starting to realize a lot quicker.
Have you seen the recent polls on Twitter?
No, I don't pay attention.
There has been 3 really big polls over the past few months with really big Twitter pages, and they all did the same thing: is the Earth flat or a globe? And every single time, the majority said it is flat. There's truly something going on. At some point, we'll all just have to face reality. It is what it is.
Seriously, it's
Yeah.
so funny. And like, why does it even like? It doesn't even matter.
Well,
Like
yes
if
and no.
like, no, I mean like if like what it is, if it's a pancake or
No,
if it's a
exactly.
realm or if it's a disc or if we're floating in water, like who knows?
Yeah, but it's not even an argument since flat is not a shape.
Yeah.
It's not even an argument.
And 8 inches per mile squared disproves the spinning ball theory. So both are it's the same thing.
And
Yeah, yeah,
yes, it
but yeah. I didn't
matters
even.
a lot, but it's
Yeah,
only when you're only or when you're already when it already clicked for you, then you start realizing how much it matters. Up
yeah,
until then, you're just as ignorant as all the others. Because it
yeah,
took a while before I truly saw the big picture, the holistic picture of it. And then you start seeing, oh my lord, it doesn't only matter, it's the thing.
yeah,
It's literally the thing. And it
yeah,
takes a long time to acknowledge it. But yeah.
yeah. Even from like the Tibet water problems in China, like you dam up those rivers, you cut off all of China's water, and like thinking that we played golf up there, it makes the highest point on the earth, Mount Everest, irrelevant. And it sort of just like it's a complete different perspective on it's everything. Like, yeah, it really is crazy how
Yep.
how much it does matter and how much when you see it, like, yeah, you just want to keep digging.
I'm coning Earth ponder instead of flat earther. I mean, as long as it's within physics, I'm all good with it. And I know you are, so.
Steal the bike Tyson's crushing, I heard. Oh man. So yeah, we need something, bro. We need like the movie to launch. We need Richard to
Yeah.
stream. We need like some God Whale to do something. We need like I don't know.
No,
We
what
need
we need is
Mexican
we need to
entertainment.
do the work. Now we're starting expectations again. I mean, I agree. It would be nice if we see something in that regard, but in reality, if we want to make it work, we got to do the work,
Yeah. Well, then
and we're doing it. I
I put
mean,
all then it did. I can't. I put all my Ponzi scheme right now. If I had $50,000 back, I could stop all
mhm.
this and just go build a farm and live in a tent.
Yeah, the results aren't instant. I had the same thing when I started my company. It took us probably 6 to 8 years to really start getting momentum, and then
Yeah.
it would start going exponentially. Every year you would grow further than previous times, but it takes a long time to get that thing going, even though all those years was a lot of work and you could have quit at any moment. The thing is, keep on going, and at some point the universe will reward you, and it's gonna be glorious.
Yeah, it's like hex right now. Like we're crashing down to the ground. I mean, we're at 0.0076 and we're still buying. So we're going down with the ship hard or we're coming back with a vengeance.
Yep.
Same thing with tech, the same thing with every crypto across the board right now.
What's
Bitcoin's
the
the only
phoenix
thing up.
rise?
I hope so, bro. I've nailed the trade. I bought XRP in my iTrust Capital account in November of 2020, and the buy and sell button have been deactivated ever since. It's been 2.5 years.
Yeah.
But
And yeah, the documentary will be big. Yes.
yeah, well, I hope it is. I hope so. I mean, there's nothing. If I got to look up that SBF TV show if that came out or what's going on. I don't want to pay attention, but I just have a
Yeah.
feeling I'll bring eyes into crypto again. Or there'll be some, all these ETFs will come out. Fox News, CNN, Kramer will be pumping them. Ripple will settle. They'll launch their stock. It'll be the biggest. It'll be the best performing launch ever of a company. That'll be bullish as hell for crypto. I mean, Stellar is now MoneyGram. You can when you download the MoneyGram app, you can do stuff with USDC on Stellar instantaneously. So that's like peer-to-peer transactions. So it's coming and it's here. It's just not brought to light. Like if it was reported on with people that had any brain, it'd be a completely different space. Like if they showed clips of streamers that had a passion for it and knew what they were talking about on TV, it'd be a completely different space. But we know how controlled and how delusional the mainstream is. So why I need attention.
Yeah, look back at when we met each other about what, 3, 4 years ago when we started, when the previous bull run started, or sometime before that. We were still playing with VeChain, ADA, and they were all down in the pennies, and we're all thinking, could this ever do something? We were holding these shit coins for a year while they didn't do anything.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, they all started running again. Even though we had literally were watching the chart for a whole year doing jack shit. Take Medic, for instance.
Yep.
Dude, it's insane. But at some point, the tide will turn, and they will do things you could not have imagined prior to. We couldn't have thought that VeChain would still do those things that it did.
Right, and could you imagine we hit on Hex, we hit on Matic, we hit on Cardano. I had ETH Len before it was Aave. I bought Quant when I got hacked. I had hundreds of them that I bought at $5. So we were in to like and then Theta and Solana, we both were just too lazy to go buy. We both talked about it at like under $1 each of them. I know Theta was at pennies. So we hit on like 5 of the biggest gainers out of all in crypto last cycle. So as much as we laugh and it felt like we weren't doing, nothing was happening, we actually were in the best performers. And it just, it feels like crypto, it feels like this for so long. And then the bull market comes and it happens so fast and it catches you off guard. And by the time you get used to the bull market, it's already in the bear market again.
Correct. And that is so true. Especially the last 3 weeks of a bull run are insane.
Yep.
You can literally not comprehend the numbers that is being displayed on your phone. At least I couldn't. It was insane. That hex run, man, golly. That was something.
And like, yeah, I think, it's going to happen on Ethereum, my gut tells me, because just the liquidity is so much smaller on Ethereum now. It's crazy to say, but all, like you've been saying, everything comes from Bitcoin and ETH, all of the economic energy. Bitcoin runs the market, and all of DeFi comes from ETH. So when I see that, I'm like, oh man, eHEX is undervalued. People we know what we're doing, bro. We've been here for so long. Like, why do we even listen to other? Like, we shouldn't even be listening to 95% of other people out there. Like, honestly, 99%.
We do gotta acknowledge that it can take some time for eHEX to really start shining again, since we had some negative externalities that we still have to work out. That is something that could hang over it for some duration, but we'll see. I mean, I'm still pretty confident, and the longer it takes to actually rinse this all, the higher it will fly afterwards. You see it in every coin that does the overextended downside will do the exact same thing on the other side. It's always yin and yang. Coins that don't drop that much don't fly that much. Coins that drop really hard fly really hard.
Yep. And exactly, bro. And and Hart's Law too. We're so lucky now with even just the Pulse and PulseX farm. You don't I don't see that as risky at all. Like, if you believe in this ecosystem, if you have $1,000, what are you going to do? Probably take 75-25 or 50-50 and go with HEX or Pulse and PulseX. And then if you're buying HEX, you split them up too. Same thing. Most people do. So it takes the having to think about it out. You put I'm just doing the farm, Pulse and PulseX. I don't care if I have one or the other. They're both going to pump at random times, like separately from each other. And you're earning the incentive token, which is going to go back up in the future. I mean, yeah, it sucks right now, earning $5 a day if you have $10,000 in that pool, but you got to ignore that USD value and just look at the amount of coins you're accumulating, because it had flipped so fast. We saw it. We've been around, and this is how it feels. The stuff you least expected, the stuff that you said, oh my God, I can't believe that's moving. Those are the coins that do the 100, 200x. The ones you think and expect, they suck. It's crazy how that works.
Yep. And the beauty about stacking your yield, we saw the same thing with HEX. So let's say you take the first 2 years of HEX. Every day, let's get a number. You get $10 a day on yield. And you got that for a year and a half. And then all of a sudden, HEX starts running, and it starts running hard. And then you look at your yield page and you see, oh my God, I'm getting $1,000 a day in yield. Damn, that's insane. But wait a minute. If I calculate that back, I've been getting $1,000 a day for the past year and a half. But it only pays you out as soon as the price starts running. The same thing goes for this yield. It might not be a lot this time, but you're getting it in a coin that can actually appreciate in value. So it might be $10 a day, but it could be $1,000 a day 12 months from now.
That's why it's so important too to cash out. That's why I can't stand people that bash sellers. I'm like, okay, they're here. It's a part of the game. I'd rather rinse them out now. Like these idiots that are dumping 40, 50 million hex, I'd rather now dump it at 7/10 of a penny than at 30 cents, 20 cents.
Yeah, exactly.
For damn sure.
This will give the price to actually move. We need to get rid of all those millions. Otherwise, the price would never move. That's the sole reason why when it dumps that hard, it will fly as hard as well. Because there's just no coins left.
Right. And it's already, how much right now we are at like almost max pain. How much worse can it get? Be honest to yourself. Like 3 months ago, when it was April 5th, if you said, all right, when Pulsechain launches, if it does in a month, 2 months later, I'm going to be down 60%. Like I said the whole time, like I think it's going to do a 3 to 5x max. And within 1 to 3 months, we'll be down 50%. People were saying Richard's a scam artist. He scammed us on 3 coins. I'm never sacrificing again. And I'm still waiting for that to be like the absolute bottom signal, as people like that I talk to every day start double like asking themselves, man, like, was this worth it? Did I do the right thing? And I'm surprised I'm getting that now with people that I thought were like rock solid. I'm in this till the end, no matter what. Like they're questioning it now. So I think like with Hex, it was such a small launch with 5,000 people in it that it could pump like crazy. But there were so many people that were in these 2 sacrifices that we need to shake all. Either if everyone stays and held their coins, we won't move as much. But you rinse out all these people, we have the opportunity to springboard up. And I think that's the more we get to hex type numbers. Richard knows what he's doing. This will be his second go round. And now he's got some tricks up his sleeve, some different options he can work with.
Yeah. I truly don't get. I didn't get a lot of it because I'm not on Twitter as much as more. I don't do spaces anymore, so I don't really get a lot of information on the drama, but I do get a lot of DMs. And I truly don't understand how people think that eHEX is actually dead. Have people forgot how prideful Richard is?
Right.
Do you really think he's gonna let eHEX go down to waste? He knows that if eHEX dies, his whole other ecosystem has no value.
Nope.
It has no merit anymore.
Nope.
So I'm truly not getting it.
No, that's such a good point. And people that are saying that never watched any of Richard's old streams, that we were sitting there and we watched every single one of them. If they were 1 hour, 3 hours, or 6 hours, we watched all of his. Once I found Hex, it took you maybe 3 weeks to start paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
And out of that whole group, there was 5 people. You, Nathan, Molly, and a couple other that actually got into Hex. Ben and everybody else laughed it off, called him a scam artist, right? Because they really would not spend the time to watch his videos. So I don't think half these people. I know for a fact 90% of the influencers didn't watch his old streams. They don't know. Like I'm not even gonna, but like, yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah.
We know what we're doing now. And it's like, we got to start being louder, being a better example. Like, look, we've been around. Half you clowns, your first launch you've been a part of. And you thought we were going up 50x right off launch. It's like, man, what the hell were you thinking? We're in the middle of a bear market.
Yeah. I mean, I did expect us to launch higher, to be honest, or go higher. But we did predict that Pulsechain probably would not do the 95% correction. We did expect it on PulseX.
Nope.
Up until now, it's pretty much looks like that it's gonna uphold it. So we'll see. And yeah, what Davis is saying is really interesting. There's a lot of game theory still going on, and Richard Hart has still so much options that he can do to give value to a token. And what Davis is saying. What if he comes up with a new sacrifice and only allows ink as sacrifice token?
Yeah,
Everybody needs to buy ink.
I know. Yeah, shout out
It's
Chris from the verse. Yeah, he was saying, we were talking about that a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Saying that because he was talking about the inflation on the incentive coin. He was like, this was maybe probably 2-3 weeks ago when the incentive coin was at like $25. And he was like, bro, I think it's going to $1 or $2. And I almost laughed at him. I was like, bro, are you kidding? Yeah, right. There's no way. And sure enough, we're at $5 right now. So it's like he's been spot on with that. And like, yeah, we almost need some kind of sacrifice or a wallet or just some kind of bullshit to get some of this ink out of here.
Yeah, and even other projects could build something where it's needed. And that's the beauty. There's so many things that can still happen and will happen. So I'm not worried about it. Not at all, to be honest.
No.
I'm just looking forward to it. In the beginning, we used all our ink to get into the PRC20s that paid off really well. And at some point, it wasn't profitable. I mean, as soon as Link went under the $20, I think we don't even claim them anymore. I just let them sit there. There will always be a moment in time when it starts ripping again. And that will be the time that we can shine. I'm not in a hurry.
No, me neither. I mean, it's like if you can't laugh at it right now, I mean, come on. Like I got wow, Illuminati confirmed, $13,323.
I mean, I'm looking at May 17. I'm at the numbers, hexes are everything around numbers, and May 17 is 666 days from the hex top. So
May 7th, you mean July 17th?
Or July 17, yeah.
Yeah, correct. Scratch that. July 17th is 666 days from the hex top. What up, John May? How you doing, bro? So what's that mean? We're going to get a pump?
I don't know what it means. It could be either way. It could be capitulation on the day, could be a moonshot on the day, could be the bottom on that day, it could be completely irrelevant and relevant to somebody or something else. But up until now, he really loves his numbers. I mean, we all know he lost the number 33. We all know that hex is 666. We all know that it took 666 days from sacrifice phase to launch. I mean, could it all be a coincidence? Sure. Let me gamble on the coincidence, or not gamble. Just be prepared that something could happen around that time.
So July 17th, the price could go up or it could go down.
Crypto. Or go sideways.
That's funny. Yeah. So, all right. So then we got July 17th, Facing Reality's calling it. We got the 666th day. Richard's going to do something. He could twerk. Who knows what it's going to be, but you're Facing Reality's calling it. July 17th.
I mean, there's so many options, and that's the beauty of it. Now we have something to look forward to.
People are sleeping on accumulating enough pulse to validate. I don't know anyone that's validating. I don't know one person. Everyone's
I know a couple that are validating, but not that I know them personally, but I know people that are validating. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Like personally, I don't know anybody that's validating.
No.
So that ain't my thing. I'm looking for single sign.
I did think about it, but when I heard about all the redundancies and me going up to the mountains in Portugal, I thought, nah, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, bro. It may trap you being a computer nonstop or having to make sure it's running, or like if you lose power or a tornado comes through or a hurricane or a thunderstorm or a tree falls down and your power goes out, like you're screwed.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
I don't want to deal with that shit.
Yep.
No way. I'd rather just lose it in a permanent loss in these pools.
Yep.
I'm not even calculating it, right? I don't even know because I kept adding to this pool. I don't even know what the numbers are that I'm actually up or down in this Pulse and Pulse X here. I know it's up Pulse X, but I don't even know the number it's at. I'm not even paying attention. I feel like that's the way it should be. Like, you need to treat crypto to where you could just walk up and not come back for a week or a month or whatever, and you'll still have the same mental mindset.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to set up maybe a server and a location where I could do validation, but it's what you're saying, man. This is how I started off in crypto with mining, with the whole Ethereum boom. I still have the same mining, but it's fun. But I don't want to work, man. I don't want to hustle. That's the beauty of HEX. You stake it, you get trustless yield, no nonsense. Perfect.
Exactly, bro. I'm the same way. I'm trying to get off of electronics and away from them, not force myself or make myself have to use them more.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to start using the Fidelity crypto app. Shout out to them. They're sponsoring this video. I have to disclose it right now. Paid advertisement. Fidelity's ETF.
Page chill. Okay, that's it.
Go buy Fidelity's crypto industry and digital payments ETF, the Fidelity Metaverse ETF, and any Jack Levin ETFs. But it's coming. I've been really watching some of their brokers that do streams, and they're building out interoperability with MetaMask. So we're going to be able to bridge in Ethereum and any of these other assets that they're going to take in the future to buy into tokenized real estate or all kinds of different assets that they're going to have on their platforms, tokenized stocks. You'll be able to buy a bunch of different stuff. So all this is going to be interoperable in the future. So it's just having conviction and knowing where this is going and not listening to stupid people fud you out of your bags. Really understand that blockchain is going to take over, instant settlement, on-demand liquidity. It's all coming. Banking's going to all change. And you're not going to hear about it on the news. So, and unfortunately, small channels like this are never going to get pushed on the algorithm. So it's going to always be your coin bureaus and your well, hello there, I'm Guy, I digress. Let's strike some more fear and doom without one solution. All right, I digress. It's oh my god, I can't stand that. That's who everybody gets filtered to in the algorithm. So it's tough, but it's all good, bro. That's why we're gonna be rewarded the most. I don't want to be shilled on the mainstream. That means we're too late.
Yep. I agree with you, Davis, completely. And I truly looked into it, into the possibilities. And yes, I agree. It doesn't look like a lot now, but we really need to look at this as if it was Ethereum. Back then, when Ethereum was $1, they were all thinking the same thing. It's only that much. It's only that much. Only 6.4 million a year. Yeah. But exactly what he's saying, if you do it 5 times, 100x from now, that's a shit ton of money. I get it, but I'm just not in the position to actually do it safely. Maybe in the future I will. I mean, I'm not losing my PLS, so the dollar amount doesn't really matter. I could do it next year. I could do it the year after. 2 to 2 million stays 32 million. So
Yeah,
but yeah, I agree, man. It's opportunity that it's out there.
Yeah, if that's for you, bro. Yeah, I'm made million. I made so what's 6.4 million per year. So I've made 8 years worth scalp trading these altcoins with Quant, Aave, Link, Uniswap, SHIB, Pepe, PB.
Mm-hmm.
So I've already validated for like I said, almost 8 years. So I don't know a goddamn thing about validating. Wouldn't even someone can send me a machine that the second I plugged it in, it stole all my crypto, and I have no clue. I don't even so. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, keep internet and power. Yeah, living out in the country, that's the last thing you got
exactly
relying on.
My internet is not the strong point, and electricity isn't either. We don't even have gas. I mean, I literally have to cook on fire. So,
bro, our heat is gas. It's gas heat. So, bro, in the wintertime, our electric bills are absurd, bro. It's double. It's double the amount.
Yeah,
it's nuts. So I can't wait to like move a little further south where it's a little warmer and get off grid. Not off grid, but like get green, get self-sufficient.
Yeah, that's my goal as well in the next 2 years.
Yeah. Well, it's on us to set the example. We gotta come together. We gotta come up with $1 million in this next little run up here, and then start filming progress from the day you move over here and we buy our first goat to I don't even know what comes. I don't know. I feel like we just set up and just show people what it looks like, and that's the blueprint, and that's what it takes. Just a little bit of motivation, a little bit of this is all it takes, and that goes a long way.
Yeah, I agree. I can't wait, man. I mean, we were talking about this whole so-called Hexaco thing before we even knew about Hex. I mean, our plans were set a long time ago, and we talked about it a lot. And now we're at the position that we're starting to take action. So,
yeah,
I agree, man.
We're getting there. So,
yeah.
All right, guys, that's all. We were running for almost an hour, 15 minutes. But I'm getting hungry. I need to go eat some dinner. Appreciate everyone that stopped in here. SJ, good luck on your tour east.
Yeah, shout out to SJ.
Yeah, hopefully the van gets fixed and everything's safe. And yeah, awesome job onboarding. I know Maddie's doing a conference in August or sometime this year in Austin, Texas. Jesus. So we got a lot to look forward to. The Pulsechain tour is out there. So we got the documentary hopefully coming this year. Oh, exciting time.
Hopefully, yeah.
So, all right, guys, like, share, subscribe. Go check out Erwin on Twitter. Go check him out in the FE spaces. We'll see you guys on the next one.
Be fruitful, multiply.